Hey guys, it's Toby with Coast-Type Performance, Custom Performance, and here we've got a 408 Windsor, which is a pretty common build for the Ford guys, and we're going to test out different camshafts. We're going to test out the Holley High Ram, and we're going to test out the Edelbrock Super Victor EFI intake. Now, this is our Pro Street short block, so it's an all internal balance, forged 4340 crank, 4340 forged rods, obviously forged pistons. We're not messing with that cast stuff. And it's a hydraulic roller. This first cam is 240 duration. It's 248 exhaust. It's got about 570 lift with some 1.6 ratio rockers. Man was nice enough to give us the push rods. That's man push rods. It's a 118 wall. They're about 7,500 long. And AFR was nice enough to donate a set of 205 small block Ford heads set up with their hydraulic roller springs. So this is their 8019 spring. Since we're going to be running, 570 to over 600 lift. And I guess the main purpose of the story is to test different intakes, because although a lot of people have seen this Holley High Ram on engines or engine stands or on Holley's website, there haven't been a lot of videos for guys that want to use it. Now, we wish we had a bigger engine, but this is what we had for right now, 408 cubic inch. Luckily it is 10.5 to 1 compression, so it should work pretty well even with this big Holley High Ram. And like I said, we're going to test it with the Edelbrock Victor Jr. Both have been ported to port match, basically to make sure they align with the heads. I don't see the point to running an intake if you don't at least port match it. You spend all this money on bigger heads and you don't spend the time to port match it. It's like you're working backwards. But like I said, we're going to be running this fuel injected, as you can see, the only way you can run it. And we actually use an AM Electronics ECU, their Infinity unit. We use the Holley crank trigger kit and the MSD cam sync. We prefer to stay away from distributors. I mean, distributors they work great, but when you want perfect accuracy on the timing, you got to have a reluctant wheel. That's how new engines are. That's why we went with the crank trigger. Anyway, you'll be seeing more videos and some dyno pulls. So if you have any questions, we do stay busy, but feel free to email us. If you want to email me, it's Tobias@coasttie.com or Tobias@cprengines.com. Thank you, guys.
Hey guys, Martin here, and we're here with Rick from AFR, and we're getting some dyno testing done on this 408 with the Holley High Ram. So we'll do some pulls. This run right here, we're going to go from 3,500 to 6,500 RPM. Got 532.7 foot-pounds of torque and 579 horsepower. As you can see, we've got a pretty nice torque curve. It's happy.
Hey guys, it's Toby with Coast-Type Performance again. And as you can see, we've got the Holley High Ram 351 off. We've got an Edelbrock Super Victor EFI on with a 90-degree elbow and a 102mm throttle body, which is the same throttle body we had on the Holley High Ram. So now we're going to see what it does. Both have been port matched to the AFR heads, so that's out of the picture. We don't have to worry about different runner dimensions or anything like that. So we're actually going to test it out and see what it does.
Hey guys, alright, we're testing the Super Victor Jr. intake manifold now, and it's going to be the exact same airflow or air-fuel ratio and timing tables as the Holley High Ram. We want to have an apples-to-apples two intakes and the same camshaft. So here we go. As you can see, we made a little bit more torque down low, about the same peak torque, and then the graph lays over itself pretty well. So it's safe to say that with this camshaft, not much of a difference between the Holley High Ram and the Super Victor Junior intake manifold with the 102mm throttle body. Will probably make a difference with bigger cubic inch and bigger camshafts. So we'll look to see on the next cam change. And here's the tabular data. So we've got 527 foot-pounds of torque at 5,200 RPM, and again that 575 number right there, and as you can see it just carries it. Stays pretty flat there at the higher RPMs, up to 6,500 RPM.
Hey guys, it's Toby with Coastat Performance again, and we're doing another test, throttle body wise this time, on this 408 Windsor. We got rid of the elbow and the 102mm throttle body, and this time we're putting a 4-barrel throttle body system. There's plenty of guys that like that old school carburetor look, and we're going to see if it makes a big difference. It should make a difference because you're not going to have the same area as you will with a 102mm throttle body. So we'll see how much power we're actually losing. Beside that, nothing's been changed. Timing hasn't been changed. The air-fuel ratio curve, nothing's been changed from the Holley or the previous 90-degree elbow. So let's see what it does.
Hey guys, alright, so here we are again with the Edelbrock Super Victor intake. This time we took the 90-degree elbow off with the 102mm throttle body, and we have a Edelbrock 4-barrel throttle body that's going to give you better hood clearance. Now, the bores are smaller dimensionally than the big throttle body, so we should see somewhat of a difference here. Let's see what we do. All right, here we go. All right, well, boy, that throttle body sure does choke it down a little bit. Here you can see where we were before on the curve, and then the bright green and white lines, the lower numbers is where we're at now. We lost about 10 foot-pounds of torque and about 13 horsepower there on the big end.
Hey guys, it's Toby with Coastat Performance again, and it's day 2. We're now testing out the bigger camshaft. This one's 252 duration. It's got well over 600 lift, so it should be a bit more powerful than the 240 duration cam we had on before, which was just under 600 lift. So we're gonna see what it does, and we'll have that video for you next.
Hey guys, Martin here at Coast High. So this is day 2 of dyno testing on this 351 Windsor stroker engine, 408 cubic inches with the Airflow Research 205 heads. This is cam number 2. It's a little bit bigger than the previous one, so we're going to do some runs. Let's see how it does. We're just trying to get it warmed up right now so we have the same conditions. foot-pounds of torque, 611 horsepower, done at 5,500 RPM. You can see the difference between the two cams here overlaid in the graph. This is the larger cam, makes less torque down low, but makes it up on top over here. As you can see, that's our power difference right there. The previous cam made at 6,500 RPM, made 574 horsepower. The new cam is 611 horsepower. And you can see the difference in torque to 464 horsepower, or I'm sorry, 464 foot-pounds of torque versus 493 foot-pounds of torque at 4,500, or sorry, 6,500 RPM. So considerable difference. Now they do make the same torque at right about 5,200 RPM is where they cross on the torque curve there. Hey guys, alright, so the last test we just did was on gasoline. We thought just for shits and giggles to put this Windsor on E85. So we had some laying around, dumped it in there, let's see what it does. We're running just, our local Arco has E85, so we got Arco E85 in there. Corn juice. All right, so apples to apples. Looks like we didn't really gain any horsepower here on the E85. But we did pick up some bottom end torque, so that's pretty nice. We were expecting that. We could also get more aggressive with the timing and probably gain something there. Here's the tabular data on that for you guys to look at.
Hey guys, we're back, and this time we're going to test out the third cam, the largest cam we have. This one's 256 degrees duration, the last one was 252. The lift is about the same, it's about 630 lift with a 1.6 ratio rocker. So we're going to see if it really makes a difference. Nothing has changed. We've still been using the Edelbrock Super Victor EFI intake, the same 102 millimeter throttle body. So we'll see if the bigger cam makes more power. We've already seen what the second cam has done, so we're going to have those results posted. Now with a hydraulic roller, you typically don't want to go too big. You can, but of course you've got a heavier lifter, so that's where guys go to a solid roller. We'll see what comes into play with this next.
Now we're back with cam number 3 from Cam Motion and AFR cylinder heads. So not a huge difference, as Toby said. We're going to get to the dyno testing. We're just going to get a little heat and edge, and then we're going to go. As expected, this cam didn't really make a big difference. I mean, only 4 degrees duration difference, not a whole lot. Cam 2. That's not a right graph here. We're trying to play which test we ran. Yeah. Actually, we're always so fixated on peak numbers, so that's why we didn't see much of a difference on the peak numbers. As you can see, the graph overlaid perfectly on the peak numbers, but the larger cam did suffer under the curve. So we lost, right there, we lost a good amount of torque at 4,300 RPM. We're looking at 454 foot-pounds of torque with the older cam and 436 with the bigger cam. So, yeah, guys, remember, you spend more time in the middle here than at the peak. So, think about that when you're camming your engines and putting together your combination.